It's Wendy Richmond, and I am the author of Five Star Smiles, and it's all about online reputation. And oh my gosh, I am so excited to be talking with a good friend of mine and a colleague in the marketing arena. And his name is Logan Hughes, and he is an SEO search engine optimization expert from Mighty Media Solutions. And I'm so excited that you joined us today. So welcome, Logan.
Thanks, Wendy, for having me. I'm excited to, hopefully drop some good value here. And yeah, Wendy and I have been working now for a little bit on a couple different things, and she's amazing. She provides a ton of value. So if you listen to this, you're in a good spot here. So thank you for having me on.
All right. Well, let's go. So let's dig in.
Mhm.
I like so many. I am sure that there is a practice out there, a business out there that just they don't quite get. Like when they hear the term SEO, search engine optimization, like what exactly does that mean?
Yeah, it's a very broad term. It can mean a bunch of different things, I guess. There's a lot of different things that go into what would be a SEO strategy in itself. It's really high level view. It's really how your business ranks organically on search engines. So Google, right? Whenever we are looking for, dental practices near me, you probably search the Google bar page and you'll see the Google guaranteed, you see the sponsored posts, you see the map packs, and then right below that is organic. And that's really where really the people who have invested in SEO land. And I forgot what the saying is, but essentially, if you're not on page one, you're like in no man's land. If you're page two, page three, page four, and so on, right? So SEO is really just a mixture of different strategies in place to really give yourself some organic ranking on Google, and then we can kind of dive a little bit more into maybe some specifics of what an SEO strategy looks like. Yeah.
Okay, cool, coll. Well, I have, because Five Star Smiles is all about, reviews, review management, online
Mhm.
management, reputation management, and all of those things combined. And so I wanted to hone in on that piece of when it comes to SEO and
Sure.
how your online reputation helps with that. So let me start by like asking how do, because everybody knows and everybody, most people believe that they need to get Google reviews. Okay, so how do Google reviews really impact a business's overall SEO strategy?
Yeah, there's a couple variables here, a couple of different ways that it could help. Really, what we're seeing is that the quantity and quality of reviews that a business can get can dramatically affect their local standings in the map pack or just organically within the local area of your business, right? As I forgot if Google might have changed the algorithm this past year or something like that, but literally having more reviews and a better quality of reviews on your Google business profile can literally rank you higher organically, get you in the map pack. So it's everything nowadays. I mean, I even seen businesses that really don't have a website, or if they do, maybe it's just a one pager that has just literally worked on the review management side and have ranked higher and outranking people based on the reviews. So there's a local search ranking component of this. So, obviously that what I just talked about getting on the local finder to the local map pack. There's a trust and credibility component of this. If you're searching for dental practices near me or whatever business it is, who are you going for? You're looking for the business that has the most reviews with the highest, most stars there, right? So that's another type of thing. But what also kind of get is the underlining factor there is the fact that Google loves fresh content. So every single time you get a new review and you reply to the review, that sends a signal to Google like, this is new content for them to look at, and we can dive into more a little bit there about like what some cool tips to use for that structure. But that's really essentially some of the bigger ways that this could really impact the local SEO strategy.
Okay, that's cool. And
Yeah.
and just explain the difference too, because the map pack, I think you said,
Mhm.
and versus
Yep.
anywhere else on the page. Like, can you
Mhm.
explain and break those down a little bit?
Yeah, so the map pack is really it's search for services. You'll probably see Google Guaranteed. You see a sponsored post. You'll say sponsored that they're running Facebook ads, and then right below that's the map pack. And the map pack is usually consists of three. Now sometimes there's four businesses that are right there. That is realistically attached to the Google Business profile. But that right there, the local map pack is where you want to be. If you can get your business in there, you're going to be seeing an influx of traffic, clicks, and potential calls to your business or practice. So it's just that three spot there. Usually, I have seen now that there's been like four maybe businesses in that area as well. But getting in that three spot in the map pack is really essential. Then again, right below that is where you start seeing some of the organic rankings for businesses. But yeah, the map pack is everything for a local business.
And is and I was just curious, do reviews help a business get into that map pack?
Yes. Yeah, 100%. Whenever we're going through and doing an SEO audit, we start with the Google Business Profile, and there's optimizations you can do on the profile itself, but the immediate thing we look at is reviews. That's the first thing we look at, and we can pretty much say that the top three businesses in there are usually have the most reviews out of the bunch and have better quality reviews. Now, there might be some difference happening. If you're searching in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, a business with lower reviews might be in there just based on the fact that they're located in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. So there's some IP address stuff happening there. But 90% of the time, the businesses in there have really the most higher reviews and better quality reviews. So yeah, it makes a huge impact for sure.
Okay. And now, and I know you mentioned it before, so just kind of to reiterate it, is that can you
Yeah.
explain the connection between the number and the quality of Google reviews in your search engine rankings?
Yeah, so we don't know. I mean, I don't know like how the algorithm works, but I know that Google put out a press release that honed in and told us the importance of it. So, um, you know, uh, in terms of the keywords that's being used could also help too, right? So if you have clients that are leaving specific keywords or essentially long tail keywords within the review itself, right? So for instance, you could have, instead of looking for, new shoes near me, it could be, new shoes for my wide feet, something that's a long tail keyword, right? So users use that organically. They're not like going in there and leaving review and keyword stuffing, the crap out of it. It's more user content, it's more friendly. So those instances where the person leaving the review who could possibly leave a keyword in there could also help with the rankings and associating that with your website. Now, we would, from an SEO perspective, we would comb through the review list and look for those specific keywords, right? So if there's a service that's being mentioned over and over and over again, like teeth whitening or something like that, and there's not a page associated with that on the website, we might want to think about creating that page because then you have some signals going back and forth from Google recognizing that keyword's being used on the review, and you should have it on the website as well so it gets indexed there. So hopefully that answers a little bit of your question.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Cool.
now, why, like, how do positive reviews or even how do negative reviews, when it comes to the ranking, right? And if somebody gets, and I know a lot of folks are probably wondering this, if I get a one-star review, right, is that going to like
Yeah.
drop me dramatically?
Yeah, it's man, I can't tell you how many times we get phone calls from businesses being like, I just got a one star, I got my first one-star review. What do I do? And I understand, being a business owner myself, and I understand getting that it hurts, right? You're doing the best you can with whatever you're doing there, and you hate to get it. There's a couple instances that you can do. We've seen sometimes where the review that it gets left is like a spam review for some reason, and you haven't even touched base with them. So there are ways that you can report it. I think what we like to do too, and this is an example that we teach our clients is to respond immediately and effectively and not be, an a-hole in the response, I guess, right? Like you want to be able to sure that, make sure that you tell your story but you are positive and you're really just caring and looking out for their best interest. So if if there was a chance that whatever was left in that review did happen, and respond accordingly, be empathetic to it, because what ends up happening even with the great reviews is that potential customers scroll through that, right? They'll read the reviews, and it matters so much how you show up more on that 1 star review than you do on the 5 star reviews. They're going to look to see, if this happened with a client of ours not too long ago. They had purchased the business, they're new owners, and they're looking through reviews, and the previous business owner was leaving these really bad responses to the 1 star reviews, not taking ownership, and it just crumbled their credibility in their business. And it has taken them so long to kind of build up that trust and credibility for the customers itself. So responding to those 1 reviews are super, super important. So respond the right way, be empathetic, tell your side of the story, and business your clients will definitely read that and respond accordingly, hopefully.
All right, that's cool. I mean, does it drop? I mean, if they do respond, does it like I don't know how it works. Is like, and I think
Yeah.
people are worried that if they get those 1 stars, that it's going to drop them down like immediately or like a lot.
Now, yeah, I mean, right off the bat, if you have a 5.0 rating and you get a 1 star review, that might drop you what, like 4.9, 4.8 or something maybe. So it's not gonna like overnight crush you. Um, the important thing to think about from this conversation is the quantity and quality of it, right? So if you have the review management system in your practice or in your business, and you know that you're gonna get 5 good reviews throughout the month, and maybe someone leaves one organically or something like that, like it happens, right? Just respond to it. But if you, that's why it's important to have this review management system in place, because you're gonna know like clockwork, you're getting some really good reviews, and that's just gonna up your rankings as you go. So, I mean, yeah, if overnight you get 21 star reviews, that's really going to hurt you. That's probably going to take you out of that map pack effectively. But just having that review management system in place to get those better reviews is going to be super important in that instance.
All right, that's cool. Thank you. And now I've just and I don't know how many folks would know this, and I know if I'm asking it, others would as well. But can like say somebody does leave you a 1 star or whatever star, right? Can they take that down and or edit it themselves and change it once they put it up
So
there?
I think they can. I think they can. I know that the owner has the ability to edit their response as well.
Mhm.
So we know in this one instance, the example I was just saying about with the business owner that took over from the business owner, we were trying to maybe put into a strategy of like, why don't you go back to that review and respond as a new owner, you know, um, and just sort of build up that credibility, which is again really really important. So I think the person does have a chance to go back in there. I could be wrong about that, but I know from our perspective, from the business owner perspective, you do have an instance to go back in there and edit the response effectively.
Which actually brings up another question. Like, say
Yeah,
someone, a business has not responded to any of their reviews, and then,
yeah,
they start talking and they're like, "Ooh, 5 star smiles. I gotta like do more with
yeah,
this." Can they go in and is it beneficial for them to go back and
yes.
respond to all the reviews?
Yes, 100%. There's, we could kind of get technical on this aspect, but really what you want to look out for is the branding aspect of this, right? The potential customers are going to be looking to see your personality. They're going to be looking to see who you are, how you respond, and this effectively helps with the overall brand. We just had this conversation with another client of ours. They have like 100 something reviews, have not responded to one. Now, it's not really affecting them too much because of how many reviews they're getting and the quality of the reviews, but they're missing out on that branding and that touch point with the customer. These are real people on the other end of the internet here, right? So like, how you respond, how you show up is incredibly important for the overall personality and the branding. So, and of course, there's responding back to them will signal Google and help with that type of stuff from the algorithm and whatnot. But I look at more of a branding customer relations type of thing. It's how you show up. You have a chance to talk to the client and put your personality out there. And in a world full of craziness, personalization matters more than anything else out there. So how do you separate yourself from the competition? Responding to those effectively is really going to help out. Yeah.
Okay. And what about like responding in a timely manner? Does it matter?
Mhm. It does matter. I think it matters a little bit, and this kind of goes into a little bit more of what I just said about um, effectively sending Google a signal that you are still operational, you're still here, right? And that's a really important part of that. And just even having like a quick or just a smaller, like, thoughtful reply can it just reflects well on your brand and just overall reputation. So it is a crucial part. I always like to say, like, as soon as you get a review, respond to it as quickly as you really can, and just make it authentic and personalize it as much as possible. It kind of just helps build that trust and credibility with your audience. And the person who left the review, will get a notification that you respond to it, and will read it. And who knows, they could recommend someone else to you just because of how fast you responded back to them.
Hmm. And is it good to, because I've seen somewhere, you know, and maybe it's with the one stars or something, but then the business responds and the practice, or and then the other person responds back, because you could actually go back and forth, right?
Yeah, 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 you can. Yeah,
And,
it's yeah, sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just wondering if it's recommended to do that.
Yeah, it's I mean, uh, uh it is, as long as you want to as long as you want to have that conversation, I guess. If it's a one-star review, I think you probably want to say your piece, get it in and out. And if they respond back or something, maybe that requires a response back. But if it's a one-star review, again, just go in there with empathy, tell your side of the story. Acknowledge if you did do something wrong, take accountability in those things. And that's going to really show up. And, I kind of, we'll probably get to this, but a quick tip here in responding back to reviews, right? So the best thing for someone to leave a review is to show, to add their service, location, and your business name, right? So in the response to these reviews, for instance, if someone left a review, you can say, "Hey, John, thanks for, using us for your kitchen remodel in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Thank you for choosing business name," right? So you're using service, location, and business name. Again, sending as much signals to Google as possible. Um, if someone can leave a review with those keywords in there, that's the best case scenario. But there is an opportunity to respond accordingly, to maybe plug in a couple of those keywords to kind of help out with a little bit with the ranking side of things.
Okay, all right, that's cool. And well, I know this is it's a big topic, and
Yeah.
this has been great. And I was just, is there anything that I might have missed, right? That you'd like to say about this particular area when it comes to helping a local business when it comes to their reviews?
Yeah, all I will say is that it's everything from a local SEO perspective. We see it time and time again where businesses that have quality and quantity reviews will outrank their competition. They'll generate more phone calls. They'll generate more traffic to the website. It's just the name of the game here. Effectively, replying to them using some keywords can help, and replying to them in a timely manner. But from an SEO perspective, whenever we look to do an audit, whenever we look to see what opportunities we can get, we start with the review part of this. Do you have a review management system in place? If you do, what does it look like? How can we help optimize that? It's literally the name of the game. I've had two conversations today solely based on review management with potential clients that are just thinking about starting SEO. My first question is, how does is your Google business profile optimized? And do you have a review management system in place? That's the first questions I ask in regards to SEO. So incredibly important. You got to have this in place, got to have a system in place. It's going to help your business tremendously, especially if you're a newer business. If you're a new business and you don't know where to start, right? You don't have a website, maybe you have a brand new website that isn't ranking yet. Start with building partnerships and working in your community and building up those reviews. That's really going to help you get a leg up in your competition. And of course, it takes some time, but just honing in on the review part of itself from a young, brand new business is going to help you out tremendously for sure. So yeah, key takeaway here: get a review management system in place. It's going to really help your business. Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, I thank you so much. This has been wonderful. So much great information. And I really appreciate your time, Logan. And I want to
Thank you,
thank you
Wendy.
so much for being here. And if anybody, you need some SEO work, you can reach out to Logan at Mighty Media Solutions. You can definitely talk with me on the 5 Star Smiles part of it, and we will help you. So again, thank you all for listening, and make sure y'all make it a great day. Okay, thanks, Logan.
Thank you, Wendy.